Celtics just stole Sam Hauser, 11.25 million year, 4 years, 45 dollars. The Celtics just signed Sam Hauser for 11.25 million year, 4 years, 45 dollars. And I know how you feel. No more bets that disappear in the playoffs and contracts that lock up the payroll. If you are truly green and have ever been frustrated by three-pointers that disappear when it matters most, take a breath. In 60 seconds, I will show you why this deal is a steal. Let's connect the dots. Fit in spacing alongside Tatum and Brown, consistency in the corners, defense that has evolved and cost below the market, so you can leave this video with the answer that matters. How Hauser solves our depth problems and brings Boston closer to banner 18 without blowing the cap. Stay with me. If you liked this analysis and want to see how it changes the rotation in the next 2 minutes, leave a like now and subscribe to the channel. This way YouTube will deliver you the next videos about banner 18. Oh, comment below. Was Hauser's contract really steal? I want to read your opinion and respond in the first comments. Let's keep going. Imagine you have a friend who loves looking for hidden treasures. He enters an empty beach, looks at the sand carefully, and suddenly finds a rare coin where no one was paying attention. That's how I see what the Celtics could have done with Josh Minott. Not long ago, here on the channel, I said that he seemed like an interesting bet. That day, he hadn't even played with our shirt yet. Now, after 3 preseason games, the story has become clearer. And I want to tell you, in the simplest way possible, why this is important for the team and why you can be excited without fear. Let's start with the basics, so everyone understands. Josh Minott signed a 2-year, $5 million contract. For an NBA team, that's a small amount when you think about what a player can offer. It's like buying a cheap book and discovering that it has a lesson that changes your life. With this contract, Boston is not taking a big risk and can gain a lot if Minott continues to evolve. This is what we call a good deal. Now, what has he already shown? Through 3 games, his stats don't look like fireworks in the sky. It's not about scoring 40 points or something like that. It's about a quiet, powerful thing. Every time he steps onto the court, the team gets a little better. This appears in that number that measures the difference in the score when the player is playing, the famous plus-minus. Against the Grizzlies, he was positive, against the Raptors too, and against the Cavaliers again. In one of these matches, he scored 16 points in a safe victory. Why is this relevant? Because it means that, with him on the court, things tend to work out. He helps the team to gain space, gain time, and often win the game. But how does he do this? Let's paint the picture. Minott is tall, strong, and fast. He jumps a lot and catches balls that seem lost. When the ball bounces off the rim, he fights for every rebound as if it were the last drop of water in the desert. And little by little, an important detail is appearing: the three-point shot. In 2 games, he scored 3 baskets in 8 attempts in total. It seems little, but it's a step. If a player with his energy hits a few threes here and there, the team gains an extra weapon. Defenders need to respect the shot, open up space near the basket, and this helps all their teammates. There are also moves that make the crowd stand up. Remember that wind spin dunk, the famous windmill? She wasn't born out of nowhere. Before the party, there was a game reading. He anticipated a pass, stretched out his arm, stole the ball, ran the entire court, and finished with style. This sequence is a simple lesson. Defending well can turn into a quick attack. Children understand this in the blink of an eye. It's like stealing the ball on the playground and running straight to score. If this is repeated several times, it changes the face of a match. Now let's talk about feelings, because basketball isn't just about numbers. TD Garden, home of the Celtics, has a different energy. When the gym vibrates, the player feels it. Minott said he left the court feeling invincible. This doesn't win the game alone, of course, but it gives confidence. And trust is a hidden fuel. It helps when making decisions, shooting, scoring, taking another step forward on the counterattack. And why does this matter so much in his case? Because an athlete's career is made up of moments. In Minnesota, he didn't really find space. Here, he arrived with a modest contract, almost as if to say, I haven't yet shown everything I can do. When the gym embraces a player like that, his heart races along with his legs. This path of growth goes through Coach Joe Mazzulla. Think of Mazzulla as a teacher who is putting together a big puzzle. In the preseason, he tested several pieces at the same time. New players, different styles, NTEs, fast formations, tall formations, and he is demanding. If someone makes a mistake in defensive positioning, they change it. If someone lets the opponent get an offensive rebound, he takes it. If the intensity drops, he calls back. Minott said that even when he feels like he's running at his best, the coach asks for more. This matches what he can be, an athlete with stamina, long arms, and a desire to learn. When the coach pulls and the player responds, the entire team moves up a notch. And your colleagues, what do they say? Jaylen Brown sees in Minott the type of wing that the squad needed. Long, athletic, capable of putting pressure on the defense and attacking the basket with speed. Derek White also highlights the joy with which he enters the court and the ability to bother the opponent. These opinions count, and they count a lot, because they come from those who experience the game in the dressing room, in training, and on trips. When veterans trust, minutes come. And when the minutes appear, confidence grows a little more. It is a ladder that you climb step by step. If you ask me, what exactly does he deliver that helps you win? I would answer in simple words. He runs the entire court, and that creates easy baskets. He fights for rebounds, and this gives the team new chances to score. He stretches his arms and cuts off passes, and this prevents the other team from scoring. He makes blocks near the rim, and that changes shots. And when he's free, he shoots from three. You may not get them all right, but if you stay calm and choose good attempts, your performance tends to increase. It's the useful player's package. You don't need to be the protagonist to change a score. Of course, there are points to improve. The throwing mechanics still vary. Sometimes the base of the feet doesn't follow the hand. Sometimes the arm opens more than it should. This can be fixed with training, patience, and repetition. Boston has a tradition of helping players organize their shot. If he positions himself well in the corners, receives the ball with balance, and shoots at the right time, the percentage goes up. It's not magic, it's work. And work is exactly what Mazzulla asks for every day. So far, we've talked about Minott's present and future. But there is also a piece of history that touches the fans' hearts. Al Horford's departure to the Golden State Warriors. Al is one of those players who represent values that we want to see in the team. Intelligence, serenity, dedication. He explained that he was looking for a strong competitive scenario and that some uncertainties, such as JT's injury, weighed on the decision. It's normal to feel a pinch when an idol leaves. The desire is to imagine his last chapter as Celtic, maybe one day. For now, there is respect, thanks, and support for him to shine where he is. And what does all this mean for the season ahead? It means that the Celtics have a clear idea. Play with speed, put pressure on the defense, use the depth of the squad, and tire the opponent. Within this plane, Minott has a very clear space. He can be the spark, the player who changes the rhythm, who gets the team running, and who gives that push when the game is lukewarm. If his defense remains strong, if he attacks the rebound, if he chooses his shots well and keeps his head calm, the cheap contract will become just a detail. What remains is the impact on the court. I want you to imagine a tight game in the third quarter. The game is frozen. Three-pointers don't fall. The opponent hits coverage. Enter Minott. He runs deep, receives a long pass, makes the layup. On the next play, he anticipates a pass and steals the ball. Soon after, he fights for an offensive rebound and takes a step back, creating a new possession. In 2 minutes, the team's energy changes. The score opens 4, 6, 8 points. The coach calls timeout on the other side. The crowd rises. The seat vibrates. It is this simple sequence of linked and objective actions that transforms a useful player into an indispensable part. This doesn't mean it will be easy. There will be nights when the shot doesn't fall. There will be games where he commits fouls quickly. There will be days of tiredness. The important thing is the consistency of the plan. Defend strongly, always run, maintain confidence in what works, and accept learning. When an athlete embraces this path, the setbacks become lessons, and over time, the good minutes become a habit. I also like to think about what this story teaches those who are just starting to follow basketball. Not every hero needs a cape. Not every victory is made up of brilliant plays. Oftentimes, whoever decides a game is whoever dives to the ground to save a ball, whoever opens up space with a correct light screen, whoever releases the ball at the right time to a better positioned teammate. Minott has the body and talent for it, but more than that, he has shown the desire. and desire in team sports is a gift that is contagious. If you've made it this far and want a friendly summary, here goes. The Celtics may have found a player who costs little and delivers a lot. He doesn't need to be the star to make a difference. Just do the team's tasks well. Defend, run, attack the rim, fight for rebounds, shoot calmly when you're free. With the help of the coach, the trust of his teammates, and the strength of TD Garden, he has everything to grow. And yes, the longing for Al Horford is real. It exists because it marked an era. But sport is made of cycles. While we honor those who have left, we also make space for those who arrive. Josh Minott represents this door that opens, the chance for someone to write their chapter with sweat, discipline, and joy. It's this mix that makes us sit on the couch or in the stands with hope. It is this mixture that makes sure that when the ball goes up in the regular season, we will have reasons to smile. Before closing, I want to invite you to observe something simple in the upcoming games. When Minott is on the court, notice what happens away from the ball. See how he positions himself for the rebound. See how his body always points forward, ready to run. See how he stretches his arm to disrupt the pass. See how close he gets to the rim to provide a layup option. These details, which sometimes go unnoticed, form the skeleton of good teams. They sustain the right shots, the counterattacks, and the extra possessions that turn into points. And when the error appears, because it will appear, remember the process. A new player needs time to adjust his feet, torso, hands, and head. Each workout is a brick, every game is a test, and every conversation with the coach is a map. With Mazzulla leading and the veterans nearby, this map becomes clearer. The road is long, but it is possible. And when the path is possible, the journey is worth it. In the end, what we, the fans, want is simple. A team that fights for every ball, that honors the shirt, and that makes us proud. Josh Minott could be an important piece in this mission, not because he will do everything, but because he will do what the team needs at the right time. If this continues to happen, the contract bargain becomes a symbol of intelligent planning, and smart planning often goes a long way. I finish by asking your opinion. What has caught your attention the most so far? The speed with which he crosses the court, the way he fights for rebounds, the way he reads to steal passes, or the possibility of his three-point shot being stable? Tell me, here. The conversation is open. We are just a few days away from the first worthwhile game. It's time to adjust expectations, prepare your heart, and remember that basketball is made up of stories like this. Someone arrives quietly, works in silence, and suddenly, the whole city realizes that a treasure was closer than they imagined. Let's go together this season. If there are stumbles, we learn. If there are victories, we celebrate. The important thing is to walk side by side. And I, seeing what Minott has already shown and what can still grow, I believe we will have many reasons to applaud. When the ball rises, may the energy speak louder, may the defense lead the attack, and may the small details build great results. This is how champion teams are born, with a good idea, with hands that execute, and with hearts that believe. If this video lit your green flame, turn the excitement into action. Marathon our Celtics special playlist now. There you will find complete analysis, behind the scenes, tactical adjustments, and game-by-game evolution, all organized to follow the season like a true insider. Click the first link in the description or pinned comment and start with the next episode. Enjoy and subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any new chapters of this coverage. Let's fill the playlist, break our record for minutes watched, and push the team to the top. Ready? Play.